Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited for the DIY projects that we have in store today. So if you love these type of videos, don't forget to show me some love by giving me that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right guys, so for today's first DIY project, this is actually a request. I had received a request to do a cross for Easter that someone can place at a burial site or at a cemetery. It just so happens to be that my brother-in-law just lost his dad. And, you know, last year and so far this year has been so hard for so many, whether it's COVID related or not. If you are one of those that are affected, I just want to tell you that my heart goes out to you and that I totally understand. I have had co-workers, loved ones, so many people close to me, people that I know, people that I've heard of, and it's just been really, really tough. It was just meant to be. I found this wreath form at Dollar Tree, which is, I've never seen them before. I don't know if you guys have or not, but I just thought it was so convenient. And so that is what we're going to be using today. Now, for the life of me, I couldn't find my pipe cleaners, which is honestly what I would have preferred to use. But instead, you know, we are going to go a different route, and I'm going to go ahead and share all of that with you now. But I really, really hope you're looking forward to today's video. All right, so since I couldn't find my pipe cleaners, which is honestly what I would have gone with originally, and I would not have used my chicken wire, to be honest with you, we are going to go ahead and use a little bit of chicken wire. Now, the beauty of the chicken wire is that it's going to allow us to attach whether it's ribbon or flowers with ease, because it will allow us to weave anything that we need into our form. Now, the form itself has, you know, the little wires inside of it, but it's a little bit different. Now, these are zip ties, and that is what I found, so that's what we're going to go with. And you're basically going to try and attach it anywhere you want. Now, I'm going to end up cutting around, and then we're going to go around the edges and then trim it and you know, attach it to the actual cross. But, you know, just try to put it down as close as possible. Now, this step is definitely not necessary. If you want to just use the form itself, you definitely can. But this is just a little bit of an added protection, to be honest with you. When you put stuff outdoors, it's going to be with all the elements. So you're going to have the wind, the rain, and here in Utah, we still get snow. We got snow today. So, you know, it is better in the sense that if you have different ways of attaching it a little bit more, it's going to allow your things to grasp onto stuff a little bit better. I hope that makes sense. But basically, you're going to, you know, try to enforce it as much as possible is ultimately what I'm trying to get at. And now we're just going to twist everything into place and cut our little zip ties.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this.
All right, so once you have gone ahead and trimmed up your chicken wire, and when you have gone ahead and, you know, secured the chicken wire to your form, you're going to go ahead and use whatever floral you want to add to your cross. I like to do this first because I want to be able to get an idea of where I'm going to go ahead and have my floral before I start adding ribbon. And of course, it just depends on what look you're going for. So here I got some beautiful flowers from Dollar Tree, and you're going to be able to see that I am literally not using any type of glue. I'm going to be weaving everything into the chicken wire and, the form itself. And I'm going to make it as beautiful as possible. Now, you don't have to use the same colors that I'm using. You can make it bright, you can make it colorful. It is up to you. I ended up adding a little bit of an off-white later on, and then I knew I was going to add a little bit of color to the ribbon, and so that's kind of why I went this route. But yeah, you decide how you want to go. And then here is where I'm going to go ahead and add the ribbon. I am going to attach the ribbon once again using zip ties, because we definitely want to prevent as much hot glue or glue as possible, since again we're going to be having this displayed out in the elements. Now, I do realize that it's white and it may get dirty, but I also know that this is the theme and color that I wanted to go with. So, just take everything into consideration with what you're doing. But I am just wrapping it, as you can see here, because this is kind of the look that I wanted to go with for mine. But I want you to be able to use your imagination and, create it however you would like. And you will see everything that I do to create this beautiful cross for my brother-in-law's dad.
'Cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll drown, but what can I do? And it would be alright to let me down. Rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why we try to fight it. Every time that we touch, the room caught on fire. We could blame it on the wine, but we know that we will both be lying.
So as I mentioned, I wanted to add a pop of color, and of course I wanted to distinguish it. So I wanted to add this beautiful color, and I think it screams Easter. I think it's so beautiful, and it just adds a little pizzazz, and then it kind of, shows the cross so much. But anyway, I hope you guys like it. I really love it. As I mentioned, I'm avoiding using glue as much as possible. I will use some a little bit later, you guys will see, but you're basically going to wrap this just like we did the top and the bottom. We're going to do the side to side, and we're going to try to wrap as much or all of it as possible, and that way we use up our material.
I wish I didn't want you. I was doing just fine the way that it was. Then you hand me these emotions, didn't want them, but I guess that I'm stuck with them. They could go away, but I know they won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll try, but what can I do? And it will be all.
Now, I certainly think it looks beautiful like that, but as you guys know me, I love big, huge bows. So that's what I'm going to work on, but it is definitely optional. It's up to you guys how much or how little you want to add to it. So it's 100% up to you guys. But yeah, all I'm doing is just taking different types of ribbon that I have, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this beneath the flowers just to add a little bit extra.
So let me down, rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you, dive into you, dive into you, dive into you, dive
doesn't even make sense. Why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this.
But I'm gonna dive into you. And maybe I tried. What can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. Rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you. 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 And it will be alright to let me down. Rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you. You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue. On the edge, leaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Oh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing. Oh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave.
So to give it a completed and finished look, I'm taking some of this beautiful Easter ribbon and we're going to go ahead and hot glue it to the back. As I mentioned, we were going to be using some hot glue, just trying to use as little as possible. And that way, you don't see the back of the wreath form, and it'll give us a completed look.
Had to convince my friends this time. Think you're toxic to my mind, but I know they don't know what you're all about. The way you hold my body tight, staying up talking through the night. Yeah, I know they just don't. With us it's all or nothing. Oh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. I need more of.
Okay, so once I was done with the ribbon, I realized I wanted to add just a little more color. So all I did was add ribbon to the white part, and I did hot glue that, and all I did was wrap it around the white part of the cross just to add a little bit more color. I wish I would have had the exact color of the burlap, but I didn't. But then at the same time, since the Easter ribbon has this color in it, it totally went, so it was okay. But yeah, I love the way that this turned out.
With us it's all or nothing. Oh, but guess I need more of you. Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? With us it's all or nothing.
And as I had mentioned at the very end, I added some off-white flowers. Now the reason for that is because you could see a little bit of the wreath form through the flowers, and I wanted to make it a little bit fuller. But again, that is 100% up to you. But I actually really love how full it made it, and you definitely couldn't see once that was in there. So I arranged it, and that was the end of that. So it is quite beautiful, and I really truly hope they love it. And my condolences for anyone who is struggling out there. But yeah, that is the end of our first project, you guys. And oh my goodness, I almost forgot to tell you guys that I added a little piece of twine on the very top, and I got a hook from Dollar Tree so that they can actually hook it and put it anywhere they want in the gravesite. All right, guys, so for our very next project, we are going to go ahead and take 2 of our little pallets from Dollar Tree, and you're also going to need 12 pieces of the tumbling tower game from Dollar Tree. And we are going to create the cutest little bench you have ever seen. So you can use it as a little plant stand for either real plant or a faux plant. You can put a little picture frame, a little sign. I mean, really, you guys, the options are endless. It's funny because I went ahead and created it, and after I finished it, my husband walked into my craft room and was like, "Oh my gosh, that is so cute." And I was like, "I know, right?" He's like, "This is one of my favorite projects you've done." And I just think it's so perfect for the spring/summer. And, as you can see here, initially I started with wood gluing it, but then it was just going to take way too long for it to dry. So instead, I started hot gluing it just for the sake of the video, because as per usual, I'm running behind. As I've mentioned time and time again, I do work a full-time job, and so I had to film and edit in 24 hours notice because your girl's falling behind. So I'm trying to, keep up. There will be a time where I am going to have to go down to 1 video per week instead of 2, because it is kind of kicking my booty, you guys. Just a heads up. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to keep up these 2 videos per week. So I hope you guys are understanding and realize that I've been doing it now since, 2018, the end of 2018. Of course, you guys are now just discovering me because YouTube is hard to grow and I'm just barely getting noticed. So anyway, so I am just going to show you here because it's a lot easier to show than to really explain how I'm doing this. But yeah, I went in and wood glued it afterwards just because I wanted the longevity, because I absolutely love the way that it turned out.
Got a dopamine rush, got a major league crush when you're next to me. Got my heart upon my sleeve, can I hide the way I feel when you're next to me, girl? Got the kick in every move and I fought it's like a fool for you, for you. Wish I knew just what it was, but why should I make a fuss?
Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of bent forward when you glue it down straight, like on top of each other. So this way, once you've had time for it to glue, you can kind of peel a little bit of that glue off from the front, and you can see it kind of wiggles a little bit. Now we're going to use 2 more Jengas in the back so we can secure it and have it leaning a little bit so it looks a little more comfortable. I know it sounds a little funny, but you want it to look true. You don't want it to look a little funny where it's leaning, forward. And, you know, this gives it a completed look actually. And then that's why we added the 2 pieces in the front as well, so that you didn't see the stacked look. It just looks more of a completed look. And honestly, this is pretty much about it. It looks really good from the front and the back and even the sides. So now you're just going to go ahead and either stain it, paint it, or whatever it is you choose to do with your little bench. I'm going to go ahead and take the Waverly Wax in Antique, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a coat of that to start off with.
Just stay next to me, girl, next to me.
All right, now that I went ahead and stained this all, I'm going to go ahead and take my Apple Barrel white paint and a stippling brush, and we're going to go ahead and, shocker, we're going to distress this or whitewash it, however you want to call it, because that is my jam and that is what I like to do. But of course, you do you. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that there isn't anything that I won't distress or whitewash, because I absolutely love the aesthetic. I love the look. But if you don't, you know, just do whatever makes you happy. If you just want it stained or painted or whatever. But yeah, you guys, honestly, that pretty much covers it. And I love it, you guys. It's so stinking cute.
Something special, don't know why. Something special that I like about you, about you. There's a mystery entwined, something bigger to define about you, about you. Am I the only one to see? Got me down on my knees, taken by your gravity. And I just know you got that something, that something.
All right, guys, and then I really wanted a windmill for my office, so I went ahead and bought a windmill from Dollar Tree, and I basically took some of their dowels and created my own. So I really hope you guys love this DIY because I'm obsessed.
Something special about you. Got me under lock and key, but I don't wanna be free when I'm next to you. You're like honey to a bee. I go crazy for the sweet when I'm next to you, girl. Got the kick in every move, and I fall just like a fool for you, for you. It might seem that I'm dumb, but it's you that's got me stunned. Stay next to me, girl, next to me, girl.
Something special, don't know why. Something special that I like about you, about you. There's a mystery entwined, something bigger to define about you, about you.
Am I the
Only one to see, got me down on my knees, taken by your gravity.
And I just know you got that something special about you. You got it down, shake my ground, and I can't get enough. Got me spellbound. And every day, in every way, I just know there's something about you.
Something special, don't know why. Something special that I like about you, about you. There's a mystery entwined, something bigger to define about you, about you.
Am I the
Only one to see, got me down on my knees, taken by your gravity.
And I just know you got that something special about you.
All right, guys, so this is the hardest step, and quite honestly, the best advice that I have is be patient. You have to wait for the glue to dry, because once the glue dries, it becomes stiff. Then you can lay it down like I've done here, and you keep reinforcing the hot glue. Wait for it to dry like I'm doing here, and literally with all the layers we're going to be adding, it is going to be nice and firm and strong. But you guys, this turned out so stinking cute, and it's displayed in my office, and that's That's another video that's coming up shortly. So I'm really hoping that you guys are excited to see that. Please don't forget to let me know if you have any suggestions for any type of videos. Because I have pretty much fulfilled the ones that you guys have requested so far. But anyway, yeah, the rest is pretty much self-explanatory, showing you guys how I'm doing this, but just be super duper patient, because this, slow is the name of the game here, you guys. Patience and go slow, and you'll get it.
Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name. Take me to a different place, just the two of us, and we can stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night. Everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. 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 All that time away from you, I didn't think I'd make it without you by my side. Let me feel your love again, just the two of us, and we could stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night. Everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. 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 Be wanna be with, 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 wanna. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. Let me be. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you make me feel. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Be with you. I wanna be. Be with you. Be with you. Be would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I did mind that I'm nowhere to find. I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah. Maybe I'm just too weak. Maybe I'm just afraid of being alone. Well, I don't care, 'cause right now I feel the love that we said we would burn. Oh, I know that you feel it too. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Stay till the morning light. Or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. I don't really need a new friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play.
Right now, this is so sturdy, you guys. It is not wobbly whatsoever. We've added so many layers and we've made it as sturdy as possible. The rest is pretty much just decorative. And then I did lose footage again. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. But really, all I went ahead and did is I finished painting the base black. And then on the actual windmill itself, I distressed it with white, and that pretty much is it, you guys. So you didn't miss out on anything, and you guys have seen me distress a million things. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Again, I encourage you and urge you with everything that you please share my content with anyone that you think might like it, and please make sure to show me some love by giving me that thumbs up. And as always, I ask you to share which one of today's DIY projects is your favorite. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.
Wanna hang with me?